Let's get straight to the point. Number 9, airplanes. An ancient Sumerian farmer who thinks the gods live in the sky and thunder is divine punishment for bad behavior is peacefully tending his goats when suddenly a Boeing 747 rips across the sky above him. He drops to his knees, starts screaming prayers to Enlil, and assumes this is either the end of the world or a very aggressive new type of bird. We step in, wearing sweatpants and holding a boarding pass like, relax, buddy, it's just Delta Flight 239 to Cleveland. Airplanes would destroy ancient people. Humans spent 300,000 years walking everywhere, or, if you were really rich, getting pulled by a sweaty horse. The idea that we fly through the sky in metal tubes while sipping ginger ale and complaining about legroom, that's not just impossible to them. It's divine sorcery. Imagine explaining turbulence to someone who's never even seen a wheel with rubber on it. 8. Mirrors. Okay, picture a Paleolithic hunter. He's been chasing an elk for 3 days, covered in blood, dirt, and what we'll generously call cave vibes. He walks into a gas station bathroom, sees himself in the mirror, and immediately punches it because there's a man in the wall. We have to pull him back like, no, 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 that's just you. That's your face. Welcome to self-awareness. Glass mirrors didn't exist until the 13th century, and even then they were rare and blurry and wildly expensive. Most ancient people went their whole lives without ever seeing a clear image of themselves. Can you imagine not knowing what your own face looks like until adulthood? The modern world is basically a hall of mirrors. Makeup mirrors, phone cameras, Zoom calls, where you can watch your own face melt in real time. For us, it's normal. For them, it's straight-up psychological horror. 7. Online dating. Drop a Roman centurion into a modern apartment. He sees a woman swiping through faces on a glowing rectangle, casually rejecting men with her thumb while eating cereal. She mutters, "Ugh, not another gym selfie." And he's like, wait, she has the power to choose a mate from options? Ancient people didn't date. They had arranged marriages, political marriages, or, just took what they wanted, historically speaking. The idea of millions of humans voluntarily advertising themselves to strangers, uploading headshots, hobbies, and a curated list of fun facts, then screening potential mates like job applicants, would make no sense. Add in ghosting, catfishing, and the phrase situationship, and that Roman soldier would throw your phone into a well and marry the nearest tree. 6. Ice. Let's teleport a medieval peasant to a modern kitchen. He opens the freezer and finds ice inside the house. In the summer. Instantly screams witchcraft. Tries to bless the fridge with garlic. You have to stop him before he stabs the ice maker. Cold used to be a season, not a setting. Before modern refrigeration, the only way to get ice in summer was to cut it from a frozen lake in winter, bury it in sawdust, and pray. Ice was so valuable, it was a luxury good. Actual kings had ice cellars. Fast forward to now, and we put it in our drinks on purpose, then complain when it waters down our oat milk cold brew. We have literal portable cold boxes for sandwiches. We've conquered nature so hard, we made winter optional. 5. Talking to machines. Imagine an ancient Greek philosopher, long beard, toga, huge opinions about reality, accidentally triggers Siri on your iPhone. He hears a disembodied voice respond with, "I didn't quite catch that," and immediately throws the phone into the fire, convinced it's inhabited by a trapped soul. You try to explain it's a virtual assistant, and he's like, "Virtual? Assistant? Is it possessed?" The concept of a machine you can talk to and that talks back would short-circuit anyone from the past. We live in a world where your microwave can give you weather updates and your car tells you to take the next exit. Meanwhile, people used to think lightning meant Zeus was mad. If ancient folks saw us casually yelling at inanimate objects to play Drake or dim the lights, they'd assume the entire species had either gone mad or become gods. Both are kind of true. 4. Public restrooms with automatic everything. Take an Egyptian priest from 1500 BC, drop him into a Target bathroom. He walks up to a sink. Nothing happens. Stares at it. Touches it. Suddenly, water shoots out. He screams. Runs to the toilet. It flushes by itself. Tries to escape. The soap attacks him. Hand dryer turns on with the force of Ra himself. This man's soul just left his body. The idea that our toilets, sinks, and soap dispensers now sense our presence would have seemed like divine judgment. Ancient civilizations built entire temples around water systems. Rome literally flexed its greatness through aqueducts. Meanwhile, we get mad when the automatic sink gives us 2 drops of lukewarm sadness. We're so deep into technological laziness, we've outsourced hand washing. Oh, and by the way, if you're the kind of person who leans in for number 4 on lists like this, you might be enough of a bathroom sorcerer to hit the bell icon. Just saying. No pressure. The algorithm gods will know. 3. Music on demand. A Mongol horseman stumbles into a Starbucks and hears Taylor Swift playing from a ceiling speaker. He draws his sword. Where is she? You show him Spotify. He sees a screen with 100 million songs on it, all playable instantly, and assumes you've enslaved the world's bards. You explain that every note of every genre from every era is just there, in your pocket. He vomits out of existential confusion. For most of history, music had to be performed, live, by people, usually badly. If you wanted to hear music, you had to be there. No skipping, no playlists, no K-pop rabbit holes at 3 a.m. Music was precious, communal, and often once in a lifetime. Now it's just background noise while we scroll TikTok. We turned a sacred art form into elevator filler and gave everyone access to it forever. We are the gods of music now. And sometimes we use that power to play Baby Shark on loop. 2. Flight tracking apps. Okay, now let's grab a Norse explorer. Rugged, frostbitten, probably has a name like Thorgar the Blood-Eyed. You hand him your phone and say, "My mom just landed in Chicago." He sees a live map with a cartoon plane on it and asks, "Did Odin show you this?" You explain it's real-time satellite tracking of commercial air traffic, and he immediately builds a shrine to the rectangle that lets you watch flying humans cross the sky. Flight tracking would be sorcery to anyone before the 20th century. For most of history, if someone left on a journey, you just hoped. You waited months. Maybe they made it. Maybe they fell into a pit. Now we refresh a screen and say, "She's taxiing to the gate." Our ancestors were terrified of the unknown. We turned the unknown into a feature and added push notifications. 1. The internet. Let's go big. Take a Neanderthal, fur cloak, stone tools, 0 social skills, and hand him an iPad connected to Wi-Fi. Within minutes, he's crying, overwhelmed, watching raccoon TikToks, Googling, "What is love?" and accidentally ordering 40 pounds of cat food on Amazon. The internet is everything. Every book, every song, every map, every secret, every horrifying thought from everyone all the time, forever. To us, it's wallpaper. To anyone from the past, it's pure, incomprehensible magic. You can talk to people across the planet. You can look up how to fix your sink. You can fall down a conspiracy rabbit hole and emerge thinking birds aren't real. It's the Library of Alexandria, but cursed and also has memes. We used to pass knowledge through generations by telling stories around fires. Now we copy-paste Wikipedia links and argue in comment sections. If you're watching this video, you have access to more knowledge than 99.999% of all humans who have ever lived. And yet, here we are, using it to make stickman animations about how weird ice is. And that's the point. We live in a world that would look like witchcraft to literally every single human who came before us. The future isn't flying cars or robot maids. It's realizing that we already live in a sci-fi world, and we barely even notice. So next time you complain about your phone being slow, just remember, 1,000 years ago, someone died trying to invent soap. Stay weird. Stay grateful. And for the love of all that is ancient, don't show a caveman your bidet.